What's up, y'all? We're not gonna be long. What's up? What's up, y'all? Welcome. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of late, but that's all right. We're about to get in here. Yeah. We're gonna put on a subscriber mode because we know we got some knuckleheads that like to come in the chat. All right, so let's see. Let's go back to here. And let's mute that music. All right, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? This is Chris coming through with a quick session. I hope all is well in your world. I've been feeling kind of sick the last few days, but I decided I was going to go ahead and come live, and we're in the building. We're back in the building. What's up? If you're not following me, follow me on Instagram. It's Blue Nola Official. Blue Nola Official. That's where you can find me all the time. I post there every single day. So if you ever say, well, I haven't seen her, what's going on with her? You can always come on to my Instagram, which is Blue Nola Official. This is where, again, you can find me all the time. How was y'all day so far? Like, how was y'all's night? How was your day? Tell me what's going on. I have a thumbnail here with Rick Ross, Cristina Mackey, Chrisean Rock, of course, Kelsey Nicole, and then, of course, Tory Lanez. You pray I get better? Yeah, me too. You know what? I think I mentioned that to y'all. I talked to you guys about what was going on Instagram. But yeah, I feel much better, but I still feel like, I still feel it. I still feel effects of it. So this is actually super bad headache. Yeah, you know what? Water. When you have a headache, water, some rest, get you some melatonin, take that at night if you're okay with taking melatonin. And all of that. Everybody else, Yumiko says she's been good. Cube Start Cups there. Mania say, hey, y'all, finally finished. Who did I marry? Oh, Lord Jesus Christ. That lady, child, she didn't scam Joe, huh? She done sat there and did sympathy and payola. Baby, she done went viral. She got her a deal with a modeling agency, a agency. She over here doing interviews, girl. She didn't sympathy and payola, baby. She getting paid. What's up? All is well. She getting paid. I ain't mad at her, baby. Let me go in there and do a 50-part series. Maybe I can get a little somewhere. All right. So anyway, y'all, this is more of a talk session, but I do have my cards here. Hey, we can pull a few cards, but I guess the first couple I want to start with is actually Rick Ross and this new girl, Cristina Mackey, right? We had done a reading on them. It had to have been, let's see. We had done a reading on them. It had to have been like maybe a month ago. I'm clocking it at a month, right? And unfortunately, it seems like their relationship or their situationship or whatever you want to call it is in some type of it looks like it's in limbo. So she was actually at the gym. A Rick Ross song came on, and she seemed to get very annoyed. And in the middle of her live stream, kind of ended things on her live stream, right? Which made people, of course, pay attention to the fact that, it made people pay attention to the fact that something was happening or something was going on, right? So here on on my actual thumbnail, as you can see, this is the reading on Rick Ross and Cristina Mackey. And if I go even further down, it'll show you, I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. It'll show you right here where we did this reading about maybe a month ago. My prediction on their timeline to date was actually 4 months. So I said that they would be together 1 to 4 months before they actually break up. Shame before God. Oh, Lord Jesus. So basically, I gave them, what's up, Halos and Horns Tarot? I gave them about a month. I gave them 1 to 4 months, and it looks like they're at their. This is a month later, where the relationship seems to be in jeopardy now. I remember somebody on Instagram. I think it was Pop Star Mania. I think she was saying something about there was a post where Christina was kind of saying that they had an open relationship. Well, if that's the case, you wouldn't have been claiming them like that. If that's the case, you wouldn't have been fighting for your spot. If that's the case, you wouldn't have been online bragging. You would have just played your position, right? And so, of course, I had posted the fact that, looks like there was trouble in paradise on my Instagram. Well, it looks like on yesterday, he officially unfollowed her. Not only did he unfollow her from her personal page, he unfollowed her from her business page. So there's definitely trouble in paradise. And I know at one point she was trying to post things as if things were okay, right? She posted a picture of them like at a restaurant. She posted a picture with her feet resting on him. But I guess Mr. Rick Ross said, "Oh no, man, we're not doing that, right? Um, we're not doing that." So it looks like he is single, looks like he is ready to mingle. We did see him twice with a different woman since then. One time it looks like he was going to maybe a restaurant, and then another time he was at a club where a girl was kind of behind him. It looked pretty innocent, but at the same time, you could see she was friendly, but she was touching him too much, right? So Rick Ross ain't gonna be loyal to anyone, period. He is not gonna be loyal to anyone. Spirit, give me the energy around Cristina Mackey and Rick Ross, right? In their relationship. And honestly, when you really watch her video, she is likable. I think she just started off on the wrong foot. She is likable. She just started off on the wrong foot, right? She's trying to get her business together. Make sure y'all support her business, her brand. She does fitness and all of that. But I just think she started off on the wrong foot. I think she kind of got really excited about this man, really excited about the opportunities, really excited about this relationship. And I think she just kind of, let that moment go to her head. But that tells you about what will happen if she really becomes famous, right? That means she'll allow fame to go to her head. It's okay to be confident, but humble yourself, right? Give me the energy around Rick Ross and Cristina Mackey in their relationship. So they have the Justice card, the King of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. And this just looks like a man, they weren't on the same page, right? In terms of the relationship expectations and different things like that. I understand what she's saying, like, we're free to date we're free to date, where I'm young, this, that, and the other. But Rick Ross doesn't have an honest bone in his body as it relates to trying to be committed to anybody. I don't see him being in a serious relationship with anybody. He is a Justice card and he is a Ten of Wands. And that represents to me a person who, again, it seems like they were having trouble quickly after she started going live and quickly after she was doing certain things. Let me say this. This is the problem when you go with a man that has money and you're kind of playing games. You playing the game on his own terms. He's the King of Pentacles here, right? And this King of Pentacles represents, when I have the money, when the ball is my court, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. That Justice card in reverse represents problems, right? And that Justice card in reverse can also represent disputes. They do have the Ten of Wands as well, and that Ten of Wands can represent disputes over direction. That Ten of Wands can represent feeling stressed. It can represent, feeling like, what? When a man is not serious about you, he don't feel like he got to answer questions about shit. Just think about that for a second. Just think about, we're dealing with each other, we're dating each other, but I don't want you. You ever been in a situation or observed a situation where you're dealing with a guy and he dealing with you, but he not really serious? But so the minute you try to ask him a question about anything, it becomes a problem. That's what it looks like here, right? That's exactly what it looks like here. So the relationship feels like I still feel that he's cordial with her, but it's only a matter of time. In the next 1 to 10 weeks, you might see a complete fall off from them, right? Again, this is what happens when you're claiming a man too quickly. This is what happens when you really don't know your position in a relationship. I think that if she would have came out and just, taken it easy, just enjoy the ride, It wouldn't have been none of that. She called attention to herself, doing interviews on another woman, right? Getting online with all that cocky cash money shit. I think she did it to herself. But this is a man who he never had intentions on being committed to her. He never had intentions on being committed to her. Justice card in reverse, 10 of wands in reverse. Never had intentions on being committed to her. She actually looks hurt, guys, you know, so give her some grace. Give her some grace. I know a lot of people like to pounce on her, but she actually looks really, really hurt. Give me the energy again around Cristina Mackey and her connection with Rick Ross. You know, women will say, oh, we're okay. I'm young. We're just dating. We're having fun. No, you liked him. You started to like him and you liked what he was offering. That page of swords is there too. That page of swords is almost like a person that's saying one thing and doing something else. Somebody who can quickly change their mind. You know, when you first meet them, they had the 3 of wands. Oh, I can see this, I can see that. Talking, spending time together, connecting, so much in common. And then quickly, in 1 to 3 weeks, 1 to 4 weeks, 1 to 5 weeks, 1 to 6 weeks, page of swords, change of energy. You know, also you posted his child, baby mama drama, the other baby mama on your ass. She just was doing too much to consider. She thought she was, you know, she's not even, the truth is not even in her. Think about this for a second. If she thought they were in an open relationship, or she just thought they were just dating and having fun, why would she have gone to the extent of posting his child when Tia made that public knowledge? Why would she go to the extent of interviewing about Pretty V? That wasn't her place. Why would she go to the extent of getting online defending the relationship? Right? None of that makes sense. So why would you do any of that if you knew your position was we just chilling, we just dating, we just kicking it? You shouldn't have done none of that. That means that's why you're in trouble now, because with that 10 of wands, is a struggle happening, a power struggle happening. Because if I meet a man and I know I'm not with him for real, I would have never done an interview. I would have never posted his child. I would have never done, you overstepped your boundaries. Right? You overstepped your boundaries by even posting that child. They got women that's been with men 2-3 years that won't even post the person's child unless they have permission from not only the father, but the mother. She overstepped the boundaries. She overstepped the boundaries with that. I thought that, in my opinion, I think that was worse than her just going after Pretty V. Why did she go after Pretty V? They're very similar. Right? They look similar. He is a type. All of them, they look like Tia, right? But Pretty V is her competition. Pretty V is young enough. Pretty V is about the same size. They have the same look. He's still following Pretty V, even though he's not following you anymore, right? I know you're listening to this. That's why I'm kind of talking like that, because it almost felt like you watched your other video, right? And then you were proving something. You ain't got to prove nothing to me. I said what I said. You couldn't get it on your own in terms of your career, your modeling, your business, to this, to that. So thank Rick Ross for helping you. At least you can do that, right? And then you called attention to y'all situation by, getting on that line and that live stream and jumping off that live stream, which, brought it to somebody's attention and then it went viral. So you made that public. You made that public that there was a problem. But Pretty V is a competition, right? Pretty V is a funny personality. I went on her Instagram today and watched a few of her videos. She's got a fun personality, but at the end of the day, you brought that attention to yourself. You need to humble yourself. This is when people get money, when they get power, when they get success, you see how a person truly behaves. And so even though I feel like we should give her some grace, I feel like she showed her true colors. She showed her true colors, right? So it feels like they just weren't on the same page. This man is not serious about her. And regardless of the fact that she's saying that they're dating, they're just dating and having fun. There are certain expectations that she expected of this relationship that fell through pretty quickly, right? This is what happens when you don't know a person. This is what happens when you overdo it, right? You got to make sure that the person's on the same page with you. I love her. I used to watch her before she became famous. Yeah. Well, that's cool. I like Pretty V. Yeah, she's pretty funny. All right. So Rick Ross has officially unfollowed what's her name? Cristina Mackey. I'm not saying they won't spin the block again, but it definitely shows in his messages. He's kind of over it. I can and if I had any advice to her, girl, get back in your own place, get back in your own space. Because it's only gonna be a matter of time before that man gonna want to walk in his property without you being there. He's gonna want to be able to bring people into his space. Be in your own space before that next step happens, right? He has the page of swords. That page of swords is interesting to me because that page of swords is at this point he's just unwilling to bend, right? He's unwilling to bend. He's kind of at a point where he's just moving forward, right? So this is on Cristina Mackey and Rick Ross. It went pretty quickly. I said 1 to 4 months, and sure enough, it seems like they're in trouble, and it's less than 4 months. Let me go to share this tab instead. I think I am now on the tab for Rick Ross. So let's go. I wanted to go into his Instagram followers. Hold on. Let's see if he's following her. Let's go ahead and put her name in, Cristina. And he's no longer following her, as you can see. Let's put her last name in case it's not catching it. M-A-C. He's no longer following her at all here. Let's look at Mackey Fitness. Let's see, Mackey Fitness. He's no longer following Mackey Fitness at all. All right. So this is on that. Let's go to her page, Cristina Mackey. Let's see who she's following. She is still following Rick Ross. So she's still following him, but he's no longer following her. Girl, there ain't no way in hell I'm going to be sitting here following a man who ain't even following me. Goodbye. Right? So she's still following him, but he is no longer following her. This is what is showing in the actual in the messages. All right. I be calling it out. Yeah, child. I gotta do my homework. I do read on these people, Jill. I gotta have confidence in my situation. Do she still have any pics up? She took pretty much all of the pictures down that they had together. So if you go on her page and you scroll through it, any pictures that they had where she was on the front, where he was on the front, she's taken those pictures down. So she's cleaned her Instagram up. As you can see, she doesn't have any. She's a pretty girl. She doesn't have any pictures of him. She still has pictures, of course, where she was at his house. I think there's a picture too where she was posted up with him somewhere. So let's look in this one. Like he may be in like this picture, right? So he's not on the front of her page, but he's inside of the roll. So she still has those pictures up. Don't forget to buy, participate in his car show. So she definitely still has some pictures that are kind of like, again, they're not on the front, the main part of her page, but they're definitely there. Let's go to Rick Ross' page. Let's go back to his page. Hold on, let me click out of her. Let's go to his page. 1 second. Hold on, y'all. You ain't gonna never catch me following nobody. Oops, something went wrong. Stop sharing. Y'all ain't gonna never see me following nobody that's not following me. That ain't gonna never happen. Oh. So let me see something. You're not gonna ever see me following somebody who doesn't follow me. Looks like Instagram is doing something goofy. Hold on. All right. So let's see. Let's see. Instagram is doing something goofy, child. You can't even trust Instagram no more. They had a big old outage today. All right, so yeah, she talked too much. So anybody have any feedback on this? This looks like the end of the road for them. I wouldn't be surprised if they, spun the block once or twice. But this looks like the end of the road for this couple. And I wish her the best of luck. I do like her. I think that she was a little too cocky with it. But if you actually follow her page, if you actually follow her a little bit and kind of see what she's doing, she's not a bad person, guys. I think she just let that fame and she let that go to her head, Let me tell you, when a man like you, he gonna eat that hamburger helper with a good heart. That he y'all laughing, but when a man like you and he won't be with you, baby, he gonna act like that hamburger helper, the best hamburger helper he ever had in his whole entire life. Chill. So just remember that this to me is just they're not on the same page as far as direction. And as a young woman, she shouldn't even be settling for no man that's she shouldn't even be settling for no man that's trying to put her in no position to just be openly dating other people, right? She shouldn't even be doing that at the end of the day. So, hopefully she knows her worth. Her mom is married to a Farrakhan person. So hopefully she knows her worth and she doesn't fall for the okie doke. She is not related to them. She is not related to them. I definitely looked it up. Her mom is married to one of them. She's not related to them by blood. Please stop putting that on my Instagram. Stop putting that on my YouTube channel. Cristina Mackey is not related to Minister Farrakhan. Her mother is married. Her mama married to a fine man too, y'all. Y'all seen that man? Jesus. Her mother is married to one of the Farrakhan guys. All right. So she is officially not of that family. Okay. She's connected to these people through marriage only. All right. So they had people on here who were like all on my page talking about she's a Farrakhan. I'm like, baby, she could never be. Not letting no man play in her face like this. No, ma'am. All right, so that is the end of the road for this couple. My Instagram is doing something freaking crazy. So it looks like I am logged out of it, but we're going to still keep moving forward. It don't matter, baby. We're going to make it do what it do. All right, so the next person we're going to talk about is Tory Lanez, and we're going to talk about Kelsey Nicole. So since my Instagram is acting up, give me a second to pull it up. Hold on. Tory Lanez and Kelsey Nicole. So Kelsey Nicole did an interview recently on somebody's podcast channel. And in this interview, she said a lot of nothing, in my opinion. She said a lot of nothing. How did y'all feel about that? How did y'all feel about that interview that she had done recently? I felt like they just were trying to establish, they were trying to establish, her as a person, what her intentions were, what happened that night. They were trying to give her a story, right? They were trying to create this story around her, like to kind of give her, who is Kelsey Nicole. Let me go ahead and put this article up since my Instagram went cuckoo. That's all right. There's always more than one way to skin a cat. So it was a waste of time. Tila said that. I'm surprised academics is no longer lying for Tory Lanez. All right. So I have probably over 35 readings on my channel for Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion, Kelsey Nicole that night. Everything that I said in the readings played out exactly the way it played out in real life in terms of the court situation, every single reading, including a little birdie was going to come out and identify Tory Lanez. Kelsey Nicole did the interview, and what they basically tried to do is humanize her. This is where I took from it. They, who are you? Where do you come from? How did you meet Meg? They tried to humanize her. This is what the attempt was. Clearly, they went into this interview knowing she wasn't going to give them a whole bunch of tea, because you could kind of see that towards the end. They didn't spend a whole lot of time trying to press her, right? We the people, I think she's I appreciate the backstory, but we the people, I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm not trying to be mean. We don't care. We don't care. We care about who shot Meg Thee Stallion. We care about what happened from that party to that car to the police coming. And I have some questions. So one question is, what happened, Kelsey, in the car? Why did you have gun residue on you? Why did you tell the prosecutors one thing and then turn around and get on the stand and say something else? Why did you actually change your story? I have questions. That's what the questions are. We don't care about, listen, we don't care about you having a baby. Blessings upon blessings. We don't care. We don't care about you being in the music industry and your daddy. Rest in peace to your daddy. We're not here for that. We don't care about none of that. Girl, what's going on? Why did you do an interview and you didn't give us no tea? Other than, and I told Instagram this, and Instagram can verify, the only thing I told Instagram she gonna do is restate that she didn't do it. And she pretty much said she didn't do it in so many words, right? But what happened that night? That's what we wanted to know. Why did you have gun residue on you? Why did you tell the prosecutors one thing and then get on the stand and take a turn? Why did you actually ask for protection? Why did you ask for that? We have questions here. So for me, don't do another interview unless you're prepared to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, right? So academics, he was, I guess he was on his YouTube channel, and pretty much he feels that, you know, she didn't have enough smoke for Tory Lanez, considering that Tory Lanez people are identifying her as the shooter. Let me say this, I 100% agree with him. Because as I was watching the interview, and I can't play the interview because it's on somebody else's channel, and I want my channel to get a strike. But as I was watching the interview, she had smoke for Meg not being her friend. She had smoke for Meg sleeping with Tory. She had smoke for Meg not calling her back. She had smoke for Meg, but you don't have smoke for somebody telling you that you're the shooter? Make it make sense. Who gives a damn if Meg stopped being your friend? Who gives a damn if Meg, at first I was like, oh, Meg should have been a better friend. Bump that. Somebody got shot. So I don't care about Meg being your friend. I don't care about that. I don't care if y'all stop speaking. I don't like who shot Meg the Stallion. She didn't shoot herself in the back of the foot. So until you can tell the truth, right? Shut the hell up. Don't go on nobody's podcast. We don't care about you. None of that. We don't care about you being from Texas, girl. I love Texas. What's up, what's up, H-Town? I don't care about none of that. He's blaming you, and he beat them both up. What's crazy is she was in the interview talking about she wished him the best of luck. You wish a person who's telling, he's not saying it, but his team is saying it. They're putting the gun in your hand. So you wishing somebody that's saying you shot the gun, that you had the gun, somebody that's been saying you did this, you wishing him the best of luck? For what reason? You wishing and hoping and praying to have a video so your name could be clear? Make that make sense. Exactly, because all I couldn't be me. Let me tell you something. This is when nobody's a friend of nobody here. Tory, Megan, Kelsey, she was never your friend. You were never her friend. Because let me tell you, me and Paradise could fall out right now. But if somebody hurt Paradise, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to be the first person to say, this is what happened and this is how it went down. I'm not going to be so mad over, because she tries to make it seem like she wasn't mad about Tory. And it had nothing to do with the relationship. And she doesn't know why they fell out. But why you didn't go on the stand and tell the truth if that wasn't the issue then? So it's almost like saying, because Meg didn't look out for me, I'm not going to look out for her. What sense does that make? What sense does that make? Somebody was hurt. Tell the truth, right? Tell the truth. But like I said, I appreciate them trying to humanize her, but we really just want to know the truth. What happened that night? What was her part in it? Why did she have gun residue on her? Why did she ask for limited immunity? Why did she change her story? Did she actually take a bribe? That's all we care about, girl. We don't care about none other. Congratulations on your baby daddy. Congratulations on your new baby. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. How about that? We don't care. So let's pull a couple of cards and let's see. The driver Quan has now, there's an appeal that was filed. This appeal will not be heard until next year. So the question is, will he win this appeal? This is the question. Tory was never any of them. That's what I'm saying. It was what was the purpose to fight? Why I feel like the truth is never going to come out until years later in some form of documentary. Eventually she's going to come out and name him, but then people won't care because you waited too long. You played the game too long. So let me ask this question. Give me the energy around Kelsey Nicole, and I'm going to give an honest response. Did Kelsey Nicole take any bribes from Tory Lanez? Why is she doing this? Why did she actually take any bribes from Tory Lanez? Did she take any money? Don't forget the specials on the website. I still have some dates available. $65 for 5 questions, 35 minutes. That's the best offer you're going to get from somebody who does it at the level I do it. Give me the energy around Kelsey Nicole. Did she actually get any type of kickback from Tory Lanez, his team? Did he give her any money, fund the business? She has the 6 of Cups. She has the 6 of Swords. She has the Wheel of Fortune. She has the Page of Pentacles. And then she has the King of Wands. That is actually, when you look at the Page of Pentacles, that's like saying somebody's investing in your what? There's some no sound. Hold on. Let me go back out. Okay, y'all hear me? Tell me if y'all can hear me. Still no sound? Okay, audio. Hello? Okay, can you hear me now? Oh, Lord. No, you can't hear me? Tell me. Put up your wands. We can hear. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord, Jesus. I'm about to get like Monique, my sweet babies. I'm so sorry. All right, so I don't know what the hell happened, Jill. We do have some bad weather here, y'all. So I apologize for that. I can't help Mother Nature though. Anyway, so the question of the day is, will he win this appeal? So the driver Quan, the driver has now filed some type of paperwork for his appeal. You can't hear. Go out and come back in. They're saying they can hear me now. Go back, Charmaine, out and come back in. Because put a 1 if you can hear me before I continue, because we're about to pull. So it shows she got a kickback. It shows the potential for a kickback. Yes, you can hear me. All right. Only I can hear it. We left off with the Wheel of Fortune card. You can hear me. Perfect. So for Kelsey Nicole, to wrap up the question about the what you call it, the financial gift, she has the Page of Pentacles. All right. She has the Page of Pentacles that represents a business opportunity, a business venture, a financial windfall. You look up the Page of Pentacles as it relates to business or money or finances. This is what it shows. Also, she has the Six of Cups with him. That's interesting, because what that says is that she's still what? What does the Six of Cups mean for Kelsey and Tory? That means to me she could still be talking to Tory. She could still be communicating with Tory in some way, right? That's what that represents. Because why would she have the Six of Cups for Tory? That's like saying you still have some form of connection with Tory. Even in her Wheel of Fortune, she's not in bad shape with Tory. I'm not saying she want him like that. I'm talking about they're friendly. I'm talking about they have a relationship. They cool. She even has the Wheel of Fortune with Tory. That's not bad either. That Wheel of Fortune represents what? They're still on good terms. So that makes sure, this is why academics was like, how the hell you ain't got no smoke for Tory? And he up here, through his attorneys, identifying you as the damn shooter. Because she has in her messages, she still see him in a cool way. They have the Six of Cups, which represents they still cool. The Six of Cups represents familiarity. The Six of Cups represents friendship, right? They have the Page of Pentacles. That Page of Pentacles still represents what? Even if you took the Page of Pentacles out of financial, the Page of Pentacles represents what? When it talks about relationships, it talks about people who are still what? Trying to grow together. That means she don't, and she knows and whether y'all believe it or not, as far as who did it, he's the person that's showing up as who did it. But it's almost like saying she's letting him use her as long as it doesn't put her in a situation. The minute it starts gravitating towards her, like they're gonna try to get her, she's gonna throw him under the bus. But for now, it's almost like she's just being vague. There's something about they're still cool. And this is why when you watch the interview, she didn't have no smoke for Tory at all. She didn't have one mean bone, one ugly bone, one mad bone. You think somebody said that I shot somebody and I didn't? Did somebody put a gun in my hand? You think I'm gonna sit here and be talking about, oh, I wish him the best of luck. Tory, he cool. That's what she was saying. She was talking like that shit was nothing. Oh, he cool. Yeah, she was talking like Tory was her homeboy that lived next door and it wasn't no big deal. Wonder why. So it definitely shows in her messages, and the immunity could have been because what? She's trying to protect herself from saying she got pulled into like getting what? Some type of like little deal or something? Because she's not afraid of him. There's no energy around being afraid. She's afraid of what may come out as far as what they could have had on the side. Remember, the prosecutors were trying to say she took a bribe and then they let it go. Remember, they were going towards that until she got that immunity and then they just let it go. Oh, Kelsey Harris was taking a bribe. Then she asked for that immunity and then they let the bride story go, remember? So that's on that. Now, the next question is this. Will Tory Lanez, this is not set in stone. I have no dog in this fight. If he gets out, he gets out. Blue Nola ain't sitting here wishing him in jail. Blue Nola's not sitting here wishing him out of jail. I have no dog in this fight. Spirit, give me the energy around Tory Lanez. Will he win his appeal and be released from jail? Tory Lanez, Daystar Peterson. Page of Queen of Pentacles, the Death card, the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and one more. His appeal feels like it's going to be, and keep in mind, all of these cards are in reverse, and the only card that's positive is his deportation one, okay? So let's talk about it real quick. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I'm good. Who is this? Somebody texted me at this time of night. Baby, don't be texting me, baby. What's up? What's the situation? Hold on. Oh, okay, that's Paradise trying to tell me I'm good. All right, sorry about that. Okay. So anyway, Paradise, thank you. Thank you for texting me to let me know I was good. I thought that was somebody calling my baby. Don't be calling me no late at night talking. All right, so okay, we talking about, is he gonna get out? He has a lot of reverse energy for getting out. He has a lot of stagnant energy for getting out. He has the Death card for getting out. The Death card represents what? A stagnancy, a stagnant energy, them resisting, a resistance energy. This represents holding on to him, all right? This is what that represents. His Ten of Pentacles is also in reverse. I'm just telling y'all what the card says since y'all can't see, and that represents his foundation not being stable. He also has the Queen of Cups. This represents they're not going to trust the story that Quan is telling, all right? He saw everything except for who shot the gun. He has in his messages, as far as he has the King of Swords. Oh, wait. He has the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords in reverse could represent a decision that could possibly go against him. Again, the Knight of Swords in reverse is a decision that could possibly go against him. He has in his aspects to the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles represents them continuing to hold on to him. He has the Two of Cups in reverse. The Two of Cups in reverse represents what? Obstacles coming his way, right? It represents obstacles. They do not come to an agreement about letting him out. The only card that he has in a positive position is his Eight of Cups. And his Eight of Cups is him moving on. That Eight of Cups could be him, what you call that? Him being transported to back to his Canada, whatever you call it. He has a moving on. The time frame that I'm seeing from Tory is less than 10, between 2 and 6 years. This is what I'm looking at, 6, 7, 8. So less than 10, it shows less than 10, between 2 and 6 years. This is what it's showing. I hope that makes sense. So no more than 10, less than 2, more than 2, it shows between 2 and 6, less than 10, all right? So this is what he has in his messages. Give me the energy around Quan, Spirit. Yeah, but he has to technically serve 8 and 7.5. So these cards are kind of right on top of it. Give me the energy around Quan, the driver. Quan, the driver. So for now, and this is not set in stone, if this change, I have no problem with this. For now, it's showing that his attempt to get out is it shows failure. Give me the energy around Quan, the driver. What's his part? Quan is going to have a tower moment when he's trying to explain his position in all of this. So what does that mean exactly? As he's trying to lay out what happened, the facts, It's one thing when you're saying it in a deposition, when you're saying it on paper, is another thing to get in front of these people and start talking to them, to start questioning you, right? He's gonna get, he has a tower moment coming, Quan. So the story that he's gonna tell, he's not gonna be able to, it's kind of like, how you want to say it, that tower moment almost leads to almost like saying there's going to be a sudden change. It represents almost like it's going to be disaster. You know, it's almost like he's going to be either forced to tell the truth or just forced to act like he got amnesia. He's going to feel, he has Eight of Swords in his energy. That Eight of Swords, he's going to feel like he's jeopardizing himself. Two of Swords energy, Two of Wands energy is there. That Two of Swords energy represents for him tension and anxiety, right? I definitely feel he's going to try to help Tory out. He's going to try to help Tory out. He is the Knight of Wands, which means he's going to help Tory out, but he's not going to help Tory out to the point where it's going to hurt him. He has the Five of Cups in his energy as well. Yeah, his story's going to fall apart. He has the Five of Cups as well. And this talks about also too difficulties. So when they get him to talking, his story's going to kind of fall apart, if that makes sense. This is why they probably didn't put Quan on the stand the first time and he ended up being missing. And this is why Tory's initial lawyer didn't want Quan on the stand, because they didn't feel Quan was going to be a strong witness. And it's the same thing that's coming back now. He's going to have a tower moment. His story's going to fall apart. And he's going to either, it's almost like he's going to try to help Tory. I could see he's going to try to help him. But that Knight of Wands represents with limitations, right? He's going to be limited. But once he gets in there, his story's going to start to fall apart. So this is why Tory's lawyer, initial lawyer, the lady, Sean Holly, this is why she didn't think that Quan would be a good witness. This is why the second lawyer didn't push for Quan to be on the stand, because Quan's story is going to fall apart. All right? So this is on Tory Lanez confirming the energy around the appeal spirit. Again, this is not set in stone. He has the Ace of Swords in reverse. Give me the energy around Tory Lanez as far as his appeal, approved or denied. He's got a judgment going against him. He is the Judgment card in reverse. That represents a judgment going against him. And he's going to, of course, feel that the judgment is what? Unfair. So you'll be seeing him in the news constantly applying pressure about the judgment is not fair, going to the next court, going to the next court, going to the next court. This is what it talks about. So, all right. So again, this is not set in stone. This is for entertainment purposes only. Things can change, but for now, this looks like once they go through the appeal process, Quan's story is going to fall apart. He's already saying he doesn't know who shot that gun. This girl, what's her name? Kelsey Nicole. Looks like she's gearing up to give me the energy around. What will Kelsey Nicole do if she's called into this situation on his appeal? She has the Knight of Wands. She's a wild card. So with that Knight of Wands in reverse, that represents you don't know what she's gonna do. Give me the energy around Kelsey. If they call Kelsey, what will she do? Will she protect Tory again? She has the Hermit card on him. She has the Fool card. So right now, this is how she's looking at it. She's looking at it like, again, like I kind of said in the beginning, she's going to let this story play out until it starts to affect her. And this is when she's going to start to reject the story. That Hermit card in reverse, that's like saying she's going to try to reject that narrative. I think that's one of the reasons why she's speaking out now, because she knows appeal is about to come out. So she's trying to establish who she is, how she looks to people, right? She also has in her messages the Moon card. The Moon card talks about clarity, and then this almost shows like the Moon card is representing the deception, and then she has a Six of Wands next to it, and that Six of Wands is finally telling people kind of like her side of it, attempting to. So it almost makes you feel like Quan's story could fall apart, and then she's going to end up trying to protect herself, especially if they go down trying to pull her into it. So this is why she's speaking now. because she feels like it's getting to the point, right? Kelsey's being strategic. It's not just about doing an interview so we can know about her personal business and her baby and her boyfriend. She's putting herself out there so she can start establishing who she is, what her energy is, what type of person she is, how she comes across, so she can humanize herself, right? It's strategic. So she's gearing up if she has to. She's gearing up to basically protect herself if it comes down to it. This is exactly what this is talking about. All right. So don't be surprised if Kelsey gets on that stand and have a little bit more clarity and come to her senses, especially when they're trying to throw her. All right. So yep. She has no smoke for Tory. I don't know if y'all watched that interview. Give me a 1 if you felt she had smoke for Tory. Give me a 2 if you felt she had absolutely no smoke for Tory. Give me a 1 if you felt she had smoke for Tory. Give me a 2 if you felt she had no smoke for Tory. A man that his legal team is saying, you shot that gun. You had the gun. Give me a 1 if you felt she had smoke for Tory, and give me a 2 if you felt she had no smoke for Tory. Baby, she had no smoke for Tory. In my opinion, she sat there and talked about Tory like he was her friend, and she wished him the best, and he cool shit. He cool. Like she talked like, girl, you had more smoke for Meg because Meg stopped being your friend. You had more smoke for Meg because Meg didn't call you after the incident happened. You had more smoke for Meg over dumb shit when somebody actually putting a gun in your hand. She said in her deposition that he was beating on her, and which caused bruises. Well, that beating, she changed her mind about that beating, huh? He cool now, girl. He cool. Amazing. So somebody beats you and putting a gun in your hands, and you have absolutely no smoke for them. Make that make sense. Make that make sense, y'all. How did Meg Thee Stallion feel about academics making that statement about Kelsey? Looks like she had a deal. How does Meg see that statement? Did she hear that? Did Meg hear that statement? Is she listening? She has the 2 of Swords. She still don't trust academics because academics is flip-flop, right? 3 of Cups. Somebody sent it to her, right? So it shows somebody sent it to her, and she's saying in her energy, I've been said that. She's not gonna, there's this energy around somebody sent it to her. So she has the 3 of Cups in reverse, which represents gossip. So somebody sent it to her with the quickness, all right? So first of all, it definitely shows in her messages. She still don't trust academics, and I wouldn't either, because tomorrow academics could turn around and say something else to you. I feel like she's gonna avoid really getting too deep into that conversation. I do feel like she's got the Tower card in reverse, which means she's gonna probably, stay away from trying to make too much of a comment on that. Kelsey knows she misses Meg. Yeah, well, girl, just it's time for everybody to move on. All right, so that is on Meg Thee Stallion, Kelsey Nicole, Tory Lanez technically. Again, I don't have any dog in that fight. Contrary to what you feel, I'm not going to read the cards the way you want me to read them because you want a positive outcome for him. Every single reading I've done on Tory Lanez has come to fruition. And if this my reading today, this little snippet, if it's not exactly the way it's supposed to be, I can stand behind that. I have 30 plus readings in the playlist that have been accurate on this case. All right. So that is on Tory Lanez. That's on Kelsey Nicole, and that's it. Last but certainly not least is Chrisean Rock. Now, we did a live stream on Chrisean Rock and Blueface, right? And in this live stream, we talked about the fact that Chrisean Rock had a warrant for her arrest. She had a warrant, right? A bench warrant. Chrisean Rock has decided that she is not going to comply with the bench warrant. Okay. So I don't even know what I'm really asking here, other than what the hell are you doing, Chrisean? Girl, what's going on? All right. You got a little bitty baby, and I know you don't want to go to jail. So pretty much on TMZ, I saw it on TMZ. This is the reading here. It says Blueface and Chrisean, legal problems. Basically in this particular live stream, which is similar to this one, we talked about them both having legal problems, and these legal problems not just going away. We started with Chrisean. We talked about her having a warrant. I pulled up the paperwork. We read the paperwork together, et cetera, et cetera. I was advising Chrisean Rock to get a lawyer, because in the paperwork it said that she had somebody who was presenting themselves as her lawyer, but that person was not her lawyer. When you heard her speak today on the topic, it seems like she still doesn't have a real lawyer, because she said, I got some people looking into it. She says that I'm paying off warrants, I'm paying off fees, and that I'm not turning myself in. And she said the reason why she wasn't turning herself in is because, of course, she has her baby. Normally she would turn herself in. She would try to work herself from the inside out. But because she had the baby, she's saying that she's not going to turn herself in. The question that I have is this: what's going to happen to Chrisean Rock, right? Is she going to get caught by the bounty hunters like she got caught on the show? Is she going to eventually get to her senses and try to figure this out? I don't know if anybody has any legal, does anybody have any legal expertise on how a bench warrant works? Can she just pay her bench warrant off to her lawyer? Does she have to respond to the bench warrant herself? Like, what does that look like? Does anybody have any idea around any knowledge in terms of how that goes legally? They're saying she's supposed to actually present herself. She's supposed to go to Oklahoma and report to Oklahoma to stand in front of a judge for the bench warrant. Does anybody have any legal knowledge on that? So happy. Wait, let me see. Let me read the first comment. Chrisean has been pissing me off. Gotcha. They're going to raise her jail time after she did all this flexing. Okay. So happy I unfollowed her and Blueface. Okay. Going on the internet and basically saying I'm on the run is insane. 100%. Right? I was like, Chrisean, what are you doing? Give me the energy around Chrisean Rock's spirit. Anybody have any legal expertise in terms of like the bench warrant, how that works? Spirit, give me the energy around Chrisean Rock. You have to turn yourself in. I know I've had one before. Gotcha. Will she eventually get to her senses and turn herself in, or will she get caught by the police? Chrisean Malone, the mother. What's going to happen to Chrisean? She has a tower moment coming. That tower moment represents imprisonment. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me make sure I'm letting them know I'm on live. Okay, I'm going to be off in a few minutes. So her first message is imprisonment. She has the Queen of Wands. She has the Three of Swords. She has the Two of Cups. She has the Seven of Wands. She does end up getting representation. She ends up getting a lawyer, a real lawyer. The problem I'm seeing initially is that she has an imprisonment aspect. So when you see that first imprisonment aspect, that Tower card represents imprisonment or oppression. That represents she's delaying the disaster. It's coming towards her. She eventually gets a lawyer. It's hearing her messages. She eventually gets a real person that represents her. Actually, it looks like two. These people could come from the same agency. One's Queen of Wands, one has Queen of Cups energy. It could be a female, but again, it could be a male that has some female energy, but it shows she really gets real representation. But unfortunately, in the beginning of her hand, it shows imprisonment. And then she gets serious about her representation. The problem that Chrisean is facing, for anybody who's not really paying attention, is that Chrisean has she has 2 warrants. So let me go to she has 2 warrants in Oklahoma. So let me go to that and show y'all what I'm talking about. So when you go to your go to my community tab, her first warrant is for failure to do her community service. So that's her first warrant. She has 2 warrants in Oklahoma. Hold on, let me pull it up. All right, so she has a bench warrant. She has a warrant for, let me click on it. Hold on. Let's see. Let me go to it. So I hope y'all can see it. Yep, here it is. Let me take you off the screen real quick. Okay, so can y'all see this? So she has a bench warrant. The second one is a bench warrant, failure to do community service. That's where she would do the 30 days, right? So she has the bench warrant to do 30 days for failure to do community service. Remember in the last live stream, we talked about the fact that she had not done 1 day of community service, right? So that's what the first bench warrant is for. There's 2 entries here. It's not one big entry. The second entry is a bench warrant to accelerate, all right? So let's go to bench warrant to accelerate. So let's go to that real quick. Hold on, so we can look that up. Bench warrant accelerate. Okay, bench warrant accelerate in Oklahoma. Okay, Homa. All right, so basically, okay, so let's just go back to the first part of it. So she has 2 entries. Her first bench warrant is failure. Her second bench warrant is, the second entry is failure to do community service. That's 1 bench warrant that she's against, right? That's against her, that she's supposed to serve 30 days for. Her second bench warrant is for to accelerate. So let's look at what accelerate means. All right, so in Oklahoma, a deferred sentence is a way for the defendant to avoid immediate jail time and potentially prevent criminal conviction. The deferred sentence basically means that they defer the sentence, the defendant pleaded guilty, right? Instead of going to jail. That means they put the person on probation. However, if a defendant violates his or her probation while serving a deferred sentence, remember her sentence is deferred because she got probation, it is unlikely that the rest of the deferred sentence will be served before the judgment is rendered. So for example, if they give her a 3-year deferred sentence for larceny and she commits another crime, that person will now have to serve the time, all right? So basically, this is what this is showing in here. A motion to accelerate. So motion to accelerate is to ask the judge to speed up the sentencing. In essence, the prosecution is telling the judge that this is an unnecessary to avoid further judgment and sentencing because the defendant has already botched his or her probation. Let me read this again. The motion to accelerate is to ask the judge to speed up sentencing. In essence, the prosecution is telling the judge that it is unnecessary to further delay judgment and sentencing because the defendant has already botched his or her probation. This can occur through any violation of the conditions of the probation, all right? For example, if a person is serving a deferred sentence for a DUI and they fail to complete a court-ordered drug test, the prosecutor may file an application to accelerate the deferred sentence. The process is not automatic. Basically, Violating probation does not result in automatic acceleration of a deferred sentence. Depending on the circumstances of your probation violation, you may be able to stay out of jail while becoming into compliance. So they're saying that she can actually get into compliance. She can try to get into compliance, but again, she needs to get a good lawyer. So basically, with those 2 entries that y'all saw, those entries are just basically saying that Chrisean has a bench warrant because she failed to do her community service, and she has a second bench warrant where they're trying to accelerate her actual case. They're trying to take that deferred case and accelerate it so she can go to jail. So this is why she was saying on the live stream, I don't have time to be in jail while somebody raised my child. I need to be here to raise my child. Because going away for 30 days is not somebody raising your child a long time. She's talking about that accelerated situation. This is what she's referring to. She's not talking about that 30 days. Any 1 day is enough. But to me, she's talking about the accelerate, the warrant to accelerate. And this is what she's in fear of, the warrant to accelerate. This warrants are in reference to Wovicki. Remember we read that in the last live stream. This is in reference to Wovicki. So it does show in her message here, she has an imprisonment aspect. That imprisonment aspect almost makes you feel like it's kind of forced upon her versus it being complied with. I hope that somebody gets in her ear and tells her to comply and change the fate around this. But she's scared because she knows that they can put her in, and once they put her in, it's hard to get out. Give me the energy again around Chrisean Rock. And she has the tower moment coming again. The problem with getting online talking about this, people love to call the police. People love to report her location. TMZ is reporting on it now. No Jumper is reporting on it now. TMZ, if you read their article, they all but said she's living at Blueface's house pretty much. So the problem is you got too many people are out here being evil and trying to see her go to jail. So she needs to just comply. All right, so that's on Chrisean Rock. Are y'all good? We're about to get off of here in a few minutes. Blueface, let's look up his case and see if anything's changed, and then we're gonna be out of here. Hold on. Let me get in here. Let me see. Okay. They had all kind of hoopla. I guess Chrisean thought he was really coming out. And then I guess WAC 100 cleared it up that he's not coming out yet. So let's go ahead and share this tab. This is on Blueface. Let me make sure y'all seeing it. Are y'all good? Put a 1 in the chat if you're good, if you can hear me. This is on Blueface. We're going to do a quick check-in on him. Let's see. All right. So we see where his new housing was moved on 3/1/2024. His assigned time was 3:02 p.m. In Los Angeles, so he was moved. Remember, Chrisean got all excited because she thought he was getting out. So far, he has no new court date. He has no new court time. And for release, he has no information to release. He's still on hold for Nevada. Now, if you click this tab here, it brings you to this tab here. And in this particular tab, if you can see it, this particular tab is showing how many days he actually has. Number of days sentenced, if I can wind it up, and it looks like it's hard to wind it up, but the number of days sentenced, let me see if I can bring it in. Let me see, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to bring it into that. His number of days sentenced, basically, it didn't work. Hold on, let me bring it back to my normal time, my normal size. The number of days sentenced for Blueface is basically 354 days. 354 days would make Blueface, this is 11 months. I know there's a percentage of time that he needs to serve. And this is why they were saying he was going to get out and this, that, and the third. But if you look at this, this information here, It basically says his official amount of days sentence is 354 days. Okay. You might not like me for saying this, but I kind of miss Blueface. He was entertaining. I don't have a problem with you saying that. I mean, listen, I want this channel to be a channel where we can talk about Blueface, Chrisean, Rick Ross, and anybody else we want to talk about. No one is going to dictate to me who I'm doing, how I'm doing it. There are plenty of, I do everybody. So there's plenty of content that's on this channel. If you miss Blueface, you miss Blueface. If you like Chrisean, you like Chrisean. If you don't like Chrisean, you don't like Chrisean. This is not going to be a channel where I'm going to let people restrict me on who I read on. That's not going to happen. If that's the case, I would have just stuck to doing Nicki Minaj, Chris Brown, Drake, and Rihanna, right? And then just built my channel off of doing those 4 people. But Blue Nola, a long time ago, we moved away from just doing specific people every single day. And we moved away from just allowing, I don't let the audience just, I do take your feedback. So we don't, this is not a Chrisean fan page where we're doing Chrisean every single day, every day, all day long. But when things do happen, like this situation where she got online, she made a statement, now went viral, we will discuss it and respectfully. And I tell people who don't want to hear about Chrisean, love you to death, respect you, and you can always come back to the next session. We did Tia, we did Rick Ross, we did Kelsey, we did Tory Lanez. I left Chrisean for last. You can always click off once you heard her name, right? So I'm giving you 3 layers of content. What more can I do? But I'm not gonna let people dictate to me what I do on my channel. What's wrong? Okay, give me like 5 more minutes. So I'm not gonna let people dictate to me. So if you love Chrisean, you love Blueface, you miss Blueface. I don't miss Blueface antics. I don't miss the violence. I don't miss none of them being violent. But this is content. We've been reading on them for quite a while. This is just to let people know, you found Blue Nola here. Blue Nola didn't find you. You found Blue Nola here. So for anybody that has a problem with me doing content on Chrisean or anybody, tough titty, right? This channel has been here for 4 years before you got your own channel, your blog pages, and anything else. All right. So, and anybody who's new as a subscriber and whatever, you know, we're gonna do everybody. Again, like tonight we did 3. You know, we did 2 other couples or 2 other situations. I mean, what more can you want? What's up with the other baby mama? She's doing what she got to do. She's working, and she is still entertaining him, obviously. And I said this on the last reading. I said it on the one before that and the one before that. He will always go between the both of them. I mean, that's pretty much it, right? But it looks like Jaden is now taken to having her friend when Blueface is not complying. The reason why Blueface is not going to comply with Jaden is because he's not willing to release Chrisean while he's in his situation, right? So, and you know, Jaden has been very, she's been very successful at being that monkey wrench in between Chrisean and Blueface, right? But this time is not working out for her. He's not willing to unfollow Chrisean. He's not willing to pull her out the house. He's not willing to choose her over Chrisean this time, and that's a problem for her, right? She tries to act very unbothered when she is very, very bothered. They're going to keep going back to Blueface. They might want to just be sister wives at this point, right? This is when you're delusional. You're dealing with a man that is going between you. You have to, at some point, you just have to be able to say, you know, this is what I signed up for, and stop complaining. He's not going to be what one person. He may be what one person a little more than the other at any given time, but I think it's really delusional to do that. What's crazy is that you see some of the blog pages, and I'm not talking about the Chrisean fan pages. You see some of these pages that report, they just be feeding the enemy too much for me. You know, we did Bonnie Lachey one time. We're not about to sit here and do no Bonnie Lachey parade. We're not about to sit here and keep talking about people that, you know, they clout chasing, they lying, they haven't given one receipt. It's like you're feeding the enemy. You don't really care about Chrisean. You don't really care about her baby. You don't really care about her situation. We just care at this point about a click and a view, right? Because even the Shade Room, even the Neighborhood Talk, even Hollywood Unlocked, they don't just sit here and keep posting a person that's just full of lies, right? I mean, at some point, the person's got to tell the truth. You know, I mean, maybe, you know, I don't know what's going on, but I can tell you this. I would never constantly be posting somebody who I know is just sitting here just telling blatant lies. A network of people that are working in the system to just go viral. Somebody that's using people's names to clout chase, right? Even I had talked about the whole thing with the fight. You know, I went back and I revisited that and I put it in the chat section. That whole thing is, that whole setup, everything is rigged. I stand corrected. That fight situation was rigged. That makeup lady is rigged. That all that shit, they're all one big group of, they're all together in this. I don't care what nobody say. I never watched the fight before. And I think the problem is that, you know, it's almost like they sat here and they devised a plan. All those people that are a part of that Blueface circus train, those outsiders, they're all together. I stand corrected. They are all together on this. The Bonnie Lachey girl, the cousin, the makeup lady, the other lady that just came out, they're all in cahoots with this. I even feel like Bodine is in cahoots. I even feel like Whack is in cahoots. I feel like this is one big system of people, right? Plus some other people that are in cahoots with this whole thing. So this is a clear plan for people to go viral so they can get on baddies. It just didn't work out for them, right? Bonnie Lachey said she got picked to go to baddies. Didn't happen. They never picked her. She's on like a 5-second clip. So they all devised this plan to go viral and devised this plan to grow their channels and get an audience. Is backfiring because people are exposing them. All right. So I stand corrected, and I want to put this on record. I stand corrected. That whole group of people, those outsiders, that whole little group of people, it's a system of people. They're basically created this little web in order to go viral. They're using Chrisean's name. They're using Blueface's name. They're using the blogs. And what's interesting is that even the Blueface blogs had enough sense to leave these people alone, right? But some of these other blogs that seem Chrisean friendly, they keep posting them for some reason. So it's just crazy to me. I wouldn't be posting none of them people. They just a bunch of liars. All right, so both of them might as well accept it. He will be with both of them, all of them moving together. Nah, they don't have to do that, but just get to a point to where you just understand that this is what he's going to be doing. So I am out of here. Thank you for allowing me to be here tonight. Thank you. Don't forget you can book your appointment at BlueNolaTarot.com, BlueNolaTarot.com, where I have a special on. I have a really good deal going on right now, so don't forget to check that out. And I'm out of here, guys. Take care. Stay blessed, encourage, and empower. And I hope that you enjoyed this live stream. And we'll come back tomorrow. Good night, good night, good night. I know it's 10:38 here, so I know it's probably late some places. California is like 8:33. Well, good night to y'all. And again, we're going to keep up with Miss Chrisean. You know, I know a lot of people feel like I protect her sometimes, but I do try to be balanced, because if you follow me on Instagram, I post the good and the bad, right? And even on my backup Instagram, which is the Crew of Blue Nola, I post what's going on with Chrisean. I might not post it for the whole everybody to go make viral, but I definitely, because sometimes I feel like the blogs be watching my Instagram, right? So sometimes I'll notice I'll post something and all of a sudden it'll be somewhere. So I'm like, wait a minute, I'm a small content creator, but people pay attention to small content creators, right? So anyway, guys, thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. Good night to you. I'll see y'all tomorrow. And don't forget, we will continue to talk about any and everybody we deem necessary. Now, what I won't do is I won't be supporting a bunch of liars. Like that little group of people that came in with the Blueface train, we will not be doing a whole bunch of content on them. But we definitely will continue to focus on the core players, and we will definitely continue to focus on Chrisean and what's happening with Chrisean. We'll continue to focus on, you know, we've been doing these readings on these people for more than a year now. We continue to focus on Tory and his situation. We've been reading on that situation for 4 years. Rick Ross and his lady, that's really the newest situation to us. So we'll continue to focus on anything that we feel we want to watch. There's an audience for this content. It's specifically the Chrisean Rock and Blueface. There's an audience that want to see this. There's an audience. Some of my best views come from this. It's not all about a view, but just keep in mind while you're telling me not to do them, these are some of my views, not the biggest views I've ever gotten, but these videos do actually well, you know? So I'm not gonna say they're the biggest, they're the best views I've ever gotten on the channel. I've had some really great views on this channel, but I definitely know that there's an audience for this content, right? I'm not gonna hit you over the head with it, but I'm definitely gonna touch it, okay? Like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. Don't forget BlueNolaTarot.com. BlueNolaTarot.com. Booking your appointment is on the website. It's scrolling across the screen here. All right, y'all have a good night. I'm ending this live stream. I'm out of here. Peace and blessings.